So, data dredging. So, when we refer to data dredging, what are we referring to? So instead of a problem looking for a solution is looking for a problem. So correlation does not necessarily imply causation. What do we mean by that? So you can draw the conclusion that one thing causes another or something else. So what you want to do is get yourself in the habit of asking yourself, well, no, why it does, and how does it. How does A cause B, X cause Y, and why does it cause it? In understanding the conclusion or the claim that's being made. Okay? So causality is one thing, but we can draw up a correlation and we can make an incorrect conclusion about causality. Now what does that mean? Let me give you an example. Ice cream. Okay. Is ice cream dangerous? Well, it could be, but there was an experiment. Well, not an experiment, there was a suggestion, one could say, in amongst health professionals in the USA in the 1940s, I believe, that they found a correlation between teenage rates of drowning and ice cream sales. So what does that mean, do you think? Does it mean that eating ice cream causes drowning?
No, it's pretty tenuous, that.
Sorry?
It's pretty tenuous, that.
Well, but the thing is, if you get a graph, you plot a graph, okay, and the number of ice creams that are being sold are really high,
Yeah.
and that correlates to drownings, can you put 2 and 2?
You can't do, it's not 2 and 2, though,
Well,
it's 2 and a pair.
Precisely. So what do? So you decide in infinite wisdom, I'm going to ban all ice cream and ban all ice cream trucks, and you could do that, couldn't you? You know, in effect, would that change? Do you think the number of drownings? Probably not, because what else could it be? What else could it be that correlates to these drownings? What else could it be? Bats, but also some variables that have been taken into consideration.
Numbers of people who were there, numbers of people who were
Well,
out of the town.
if we look at things in this point of view, it's really important. So what time of year do we eat ice cream? What time of year do people
Summer.
Precisely. So people go swimming. You come back here in the summer, you'll see people swimming in that lake, a lot more than swimming now.
Yeah.
So the temperature rises, ice cream sales go up. Okay? In the summer months. More people swimming. If more people swimming, is there a chance that more people will drown? Precisely. There are many variables here. So the conclusion, you could argue, is false. That ice cream can drown from a causation point of view. Okay? So the issue is, you've got a logical fallacy. Okay? Where you see a lot of that in the media and press. Okay? In the media, there's a story every damn day. Okay? That a journalist, and then the researchers, by the way, they don't know how to interpret data. Many readers don't know how to interpret data, and they fail to understand and realise that correlation is equal causation in many areas. Now take a moment to think. I don't want to be, contentious and political, but think about a lot of the areas where, okay, you've got to ask yourself, is correlation correlation causation? Is A causing B, or are we just sort of doing like the ice cream thing where one thing happens and we sort of equate something else? So, okay, example. Let me give you an example. Many years ago, I was interviewed by someone about an article in the magazine. And in the magazine, apparently, it said, allegedly, a journalist asked me, in my opinion, about longevity the magazine insinuated that men who are married live longer. And this journalist asked me for my opinion. And she said, look, all the evidence suggests that men who are married, so like the ice cream thing, so okay, one thing causes another. I said, well, actually, it could be the other way around. Have you thought of that? It could be the fact that men who are married are more likely to be married because from a selection point of view, the men who are in marriages generally are healthier and financially more stable. There's that possibility. If you're not thought of it, it could be the other way around. It could be a mate selection, and men were being selected. Ooh, does that make sense? So there is a danger. We put 2 and 2, and as our friend over there made the point. But that's sort of said in jest. You could also argue that being married makes you feel like life is going on for I'm being pedantic now. But can you see that becomes a problem in some areas, isn't it? Okay, not necessarily what I mentioned, but the point being, a relation is a correlation. Two things are related. Ice cream and drowning could be related in some way, but causation is one thing causes another, a claim. Okay? In science, we don't have the time to go into it now, but we may do on the program, there's a robust process where you're looking for 95 to 99% effectiveness. Now you could debate, obviously, the experiment and blah, blah, blah if you want to, but long story short, you're looking for effectiveness to be on that level. For it to work, because nothing's 100%, is it? But more to the point here, it's really important where, as human beings, we try to make sense of things. X causes Y, okay? We are, by nature, our own, and the way we think, we try to make sense of things. And you hear all sorts of weird and wonderful explanations. So the question we can ask is how and why. So anything you're presented with, it's quite useful to ask the question, well, how and why? Because this, for me, and we're going to look at and do some exercises shortly, and look at a few headlines, we're going to ask how and why. So any claim that's potentiated, okay, how and why does one come to that conclusion? Does that make sense? So we'll do sort of an exercise now, okay, if you will. I want you to write down. We're going to write down, we're going to do a couple of case studies going forward.